breaks my heart and never says goodbye. Days and nights, skin and bone, I'm still you, but you moved on. I live inside an old photograph. I wish that I could feel your love again. So I live inside that old photograph. And I wish that I could feel your love again. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye.
Hello. From Dumfries and Galloway, calling civilization. Welcome to the Tuesday chat. I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm assuming you can. I had a few. Dave said the Outer Hebrides Broadcasting Corporation. No, this tonight is the Dumfries and Galloway Broadcasting Corporation calling civilization. So I'm just going to say, can you hear me and see me? Because you wouldn't believe the problems I've had there. As soon as I hit play the intro, everything shut down. Right? Apparently it was still playing in the background. Because when I booted it back up, it seemed to be still playing. But I couldn't believe it. Just as I hit the button, it all shut down. So, Tommy, thanks very much for telling me that the sound is good and clear. I don't know if if I can click things up on the screen now, but I'll give it a bash. Oh, I can. Right, I can only half see the screen tonight because I decided to go minimalist, and all I've brought out tonight is my MacBook. That's it. Well, not true. The MacBook with the chat on it and the OBS studio on it and everything. But at the last minute I panicked and I thought that the internal mic wouldn't be good enough, so I put on this mic too. But that's the only thing. I haven't got a second screen, so I'm having to flick through screens on the MacBook here to show you the things I want to show you tonight. Okay, and yes, I am a bit of an interesting location, and I'll come to it in a minute. So I did see Caroline Tyler RC back there. Hello there, Caroline. And I'm picking your name because I saw you as a guest presenter on I think it's the drone show, is that what they're calling it? The drone show, which features, I don't know all of the presenters there, but one of the presenters is Jackie, Backpack Jack from the Drone Seekers International. And for those of you who don't know, Caroline was a guest presenter. I think it was in last week's show. I didn't catch it all, but I caught some of it. And I have to say that when they played your video, Caroline, and I heard your voice, I thought straight away, that is not a Cornwall accent. What are the presenters talking about? Because I think one of the presenters said that you were from Cornwall, and I thought, that's not a Cornish accent, that sounds more like London to me. You then came on and confirmed it was a London accent. I think what went wrong there was that I think you filmed that video in Cornwall. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because at the very beginning of your video it came up and said Cornwall, and maybe the presenter assumed you were from Cornwall, but your accent is not from Cornwall. Okay, anyway, right, so I'll say hello to a few people first, right, and then I'll give you a wee bit of background about where I am and why I am, and a few different things. Right, so I can't scroll back all the way because the chat's been going for a good half hour, so I can't say hello to everybody, but I can't throw everyone up the screen, but I will say hello to Jay, John, Tommy, Angel Boostar, Boo, Captured by Kenny, hello for Ireland, hello, how you doing? Dave, how you doing, pal? Caroline, of course. TJ, good evening to you. Paul Taylor, just made it in time. Aye, you did, but you haven't missed anything. And even if you'd have come in at 7:45, you probably wouldn't have missed anything either. Right, Peter Mulder, okay, I am in the Dutch present. Nice to see you, Peter. It's a good picture and sound. That's good then, because I'm just using the camera built into the MacBook, and I'm not using the mic built in. I am using the DJI mic. I just thought I would get a bit nervous over it because the internal mic doesn't have a windscreen, a cat's paw, and I've got the windows down because it's really warm this evening. I thought it'll pick up any wind, so it'd be safer to put this on. So that's what I did. Right, Mark here, Mark's in. Right. You don't say that, Mark, because I would absolutely panic and believe you and start pressing all buttons and probably end up killing the broadcast. Right, Swanland U3A, hearing viewing good. My drone video's loud and clear. Good. Right, Maverick's drone, did you bring your guitar? No, I didn't. And I won't be. Well, that actually, here's something. I'll just, before I go on, I'll mention something there, right? During COVID, when we were all locked down, my band and I, we haven't split up, we're like the Eagles. We never split up, but we haven't been together to do anything for quite a while. COVID kind of knocked everything in the head, and then when I got long COVID, I'm the singer with the band. Shannon comes and does some guest singing for us now and again, but I'm the main singer with the band. And when I get long COVID, first of all, I was out of action for 6 months, and after that, because of the problems I've been having with my brain, songs that I've been singing for 30, 40 years that come natural to me, I couldn't remember. I couldn't get the lyrics up on an iPad and follow them. Some of the guitar chords and the lead breaks I was forgetting. So the band, although we haven't split up, we kind of don't play together anymore. But here's the thing: during that COVID lockdown period, we did some live broadcasts. We would, or not live broadcast. Or did we? I think we did some live broadcasts, but we put out videos. Each of the band members would record their part in their house, send them all to me. I would put them all together in a wee video and put them all out. And at the same time, a lot of other bands and musicians were performing from their living rooms, their bedrooms, their studios, wherever. And instead of getting it, because we couldn't go out and gig, they were doing that, and they had up tip jars and different things, buy me a coffee and different things like that. I think a combine harvester's coming past. Don't know if you can hear that. That was very loud. Still is, don't know what it is. Anyway, hope it's not a plane coming to crash me. Right, where was I? So recently there has been someone has messaged me saying that everyone's back gigging now, and the clubs are back open. The ones that didn't fold during the lockdown are back up and running, a smaller clientele and that. But a lot of people are saying that they miss just being able to sit in their home and watching their favourite acts, their favourite turns performing. And this person was wanting to put together, start up those kind of live shows again. So it got me thinking that although I'm not really capable, physically or mentally capable, of doing like a 3-hour gig like I used to do on stage, I could probably do an hour sitting at home, prepared and broadcast live. So I am considering doing that in addition to the live stream. Maybe do it in a night, one evening during the week, or maybe on a Saturday night or something like that, just for an hour. And my idea was that I would have a scrolling list of, 500-600 songs that I have been singing for the past 40 years, and anyone could select a song, and if they put in a super chat so that I would see it with a song request, then I would play that song. And there will be a tip jar there if anyone wants to throw me a couple of quid or anything like that. So I'm thinking about that, and I tested the setup a couple of weeks back in my studio, and it all works. I can actually technically do it. What I haven't done yet is tested to see if I'm physically and mentally capable of doing it for an hour. So once I test that, I will be. Now, the live stream and any videos that subsequently come for that won't be able to be monetised, and because it will be cover songs I'll be doing. I might throw in a few of my own songs, but it'll be mainly covers I'm doing, so I won't be able to monetise. So I will be looking for tips going into the tip jar, or buy me coffees or something like that. But I might try it out for a few weeks, maybe a month or so, and if it works out all right and everybody's happy, people like it, then I may keep that going. So I don't have my guitar with me, but bear with me and you never know. Okay, right, that was a bit long-winded, and I'm sure you were having multiple conversations among yourselves, right, while I was talking there. That's fine. Pardon me. Right, okay. Dave Cullen just saying, was when Caroline Tyler RC said what RC meant. Yeah, because what was that? You were getting RC when somebody kept getting your name wrong, or something like that. Taylor, I can't remember, but yeah, I get it. Derek, hello Derek. Cyril, hello Cyril. Right, Paul's asking, what is that glittery thing on the back seat? Oh, I just noticed that. It's a, it's a witch's glittery hat. I was participating in a play day fun event with my work a couple of weeks ago, or last week it was, and a few of us get dressed up. One was dressed up as a glittery witch. One was dressed up as a wizard. That's a wizard's hat. And I think one was dressed up as a teacher. There's one of them. One was dressed up as a teacher. I don't know if this will fit on my head, but I hope you're all paying attention, right? Make sure you do your sums, boys and girls, or you won't grow up to be very clever. All right. So, and that's some of the things I just keep in the back of the car in case I need to pull one out and teach somebody a lesson. Right. So I hope you're satisfied with that, Paul. Right. That's the glittery thing in the back there. Right, okay, it's a tutu. No, it's no, but, however, there are some different things, robes, and that's a judge's robe actually, different things like that. So, I'm using it at work, She's like, what kind of job have you got? What kind of job do you do? Right, I don't know what link that is that Mark's talking about, but could somebody confirm if whatever link it is that Mark put up is working? I don't know which one you mean, Mark. I didn't see the link that you put in there. Oh, it's that one there. Honky tonk. Oh, aye. I threw that link up earlier on. Someone was asking about if the picture on the thumbnail of me was actually me, or if it had been photoshopped. It was Jay, I think, was asking, and I said it was me, and I was telling him about the band, and then I threw up a link to the band. So that's the link there. If you want to go to listen to it, that's Shannon singing that particular song. Right, let me go on with things. A wizard sleeve. I don't know what a wizard sleeve is, but I think it's something a bit nefarious there, Caroline. Okay, I'm pretty sure it is. Right, I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, got it, Mark, thanks. If anybody's interested, it wasn't me. I don't run the YouTube page, and neither does it was Big Mike, Big American bass player in the band, that was actually running the YouTube channel, but he wasn't really running it. I would send him the videos that I'd put together, and he would just upload them. So he wasn't actually maintaining it in any way, so it's not got very many subscribers or views or anything like that. But there are a few videos there of the band live when we've done a couple of live gigs, and a few of the videos that I pulled together during the lockdown period. Anyway, let me get on with things, right? Because time will run away with us. Right, so before I get to, let me take that link off, that thingy off there. I always forget to take the thing off the screen. Right, I haven't got an agenda, but I did take a couple of wee notes and post-its for myself to remind myself of a couple of things I wanted to mention. I don't want to mention that yet, or that. The thing I wanted to mention first, I didn't even write down. I'm remembering it though. Right, and it's this. This is the second Tuesday chat and it might be the last Tuesday chat. When I was preparing for this after work, I finish work at about 5ish, right? So by the time I get in, you're talking about 5:30. Doesn't give me a lot of time to prepare for it. And while I was preparing for it, and that's one of the reasons I decided to go minimalist. Instead of having a lot of different gear and a lot of different things to mess about with, I thought if I just go minimalist, it'll make it easier. As it turns out, it's making it quite difficult, because instead of having everything in front of me, I'm having to slip back and forward between pages. But anyway, I found that I was having the same problems that I was having last week with my brain. I couldn't quite work things out. I couldn't make the simplest things work. This is tonight, just like, what time are we at? Just after 7. 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, when I was trying to set things up, I was like, where does this plug go? You know, what plugs into here? And I thought, what is going on? I've been okay the past few days. Everything's been fine. And it occurred to me that, I'm working during the day all day, and once I finish work, I'm then having to continue doing something that's using a little bit of brain power. Not much, I understand, but it's using a little bit of brain power, and I think it's too much for me. It didn't used to be, but when I'm getting older too, I have long COVID, which I'll probably have forever, and it has diminished my capacity to work for a long time and concentrate on things for a long time, as you know. And I think my full day's work, 9 to 5, just does, that's it. And after that, I'm like, I don't have any brain power left, so I can't even work out the simplest of things. So I am considering going back to the Sunday blether, even although it might eat into some of my weekend. If it comes a time where my wife and I have planned to do something at the weekend, or with the grandkids, then I'll skip that particular Sunday, and on the weekends when I'm not doing anything, or the Sundays I'm not doing anything, I will do a live broadcast, because I think if I'm not working during the day, when it comes to preparing for the live stream, I've still got some brain power there to access, to call on, to help me to connect everything up correctly. Okay, now I haven't decided completely yet. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but I will let you know. If you look at the community page or community tab or community section or whatever it's called on the channel, I'll keep you updated with what I've decided if I decide anything. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to say. And here's a good wee point. When it comes to December and winter time, I probably won't be going out so much on Sundays, so my Sundays will be available to live stream. So I think I might think about moving back to the Sunday blether from the Tuesday chat, 2 Tuesday chats, and that's it. Don't know. I will try and keep it simple, Mark. If I go back to Sundays, just I'll keep it the way it is tonight. Although it's a simpler setup for me, I am still going to have to scroll back forward a few times because there's a couple of things I want to show you. Right, anyway, okay. Dave prefers the Sunday. I think most people prefer the Sunday, Dave, to be honest with you. I just wanted to try another night to see if it was better for me. Right, Boo, away for your tea. You go and enjoy your tea. Practice that fiddle, practice those pipes. I hopefully will want to hear some of that soon. And you can do the catch up. Right, so with that out of the way, here's another couple of things I'm considering, and what I would like is I'd like your feedback on this. Either leave a comment down here once it turns, not in the live chat, but once this turns into a video, you can then comment. Leave a comment on this if you've got an opinion. I fancied doing, instead of just doing a live chat like this and reading your comments and replying to your comments, I fancy doing a call-in show, actually having you guys call in and I can speak back and forth to you like a call-in show. I really fancy doing that. And I looked into it and it's too difficult. I'd need a call screener. and I need a lot of apparatus to direct calls to me. So that means I'd need at least one other person, and I like to do things fairly impromptu, and if I want to just do something, that's not going to work. So I don't unless someone knows a method for me to call screen myself and do it myself, then let me know. But what I thought I might do is, and I don't know how to do this, so anyone who does know, please, help me out by letting me know. Send me an email, leave a comment, whatever. I thought I could set up a voicemail type thing. Have a phone that is just for voicemail calls for the show. And what I could do is, as part of the live stream, is I could play back a few of the calls and answer any questions that come up on that. I think that's feasible. It would just mean me buying a SIM card, sticking it in a spare phone. I'll find an old spare phone somewhere, and putting that number up on my community channel. I'll probably get a lot of troll mails and things like that, but that doesn't matter, because I'll just go through them and I'll read out the real ones and the interesting ones on a Sunday night, and any of the troll stuff, spam stuff, I can just delete. So if that's something that you think might be quite interesting to do, let me know. I might even start a wee poll. I think we can do a poll here. I'm not sure. Mark, if you know how to do a poll in the chat thing here, I think you can actually do that. Would you mind opening up a wee poll? I'll also put one in the community section of the channel, cause to see what you think about that. Right, okay. I am going to continue to keep it simple, Paul, but I think having a wee thing like that, where I could say, oh, here's Caroline, Tyler, RC, phone, left a voicemail, here it is, ding ding. Robert, you're a fucking idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. Fair enough. Or she might have a comment to make about something that I have said that was wrong. I made a mistake and she's correcting me. Or she might, who knows? And I'm not just saying Caroline, anyone. So I think that might be an interesting addition. It'll be quite easy to do, I think. Anyway. You don't, Mark. It's only me that's got those powers, right? I'm not going to do it then, because I want to get on with the show. I thought you had all the same powers as me. Shows you what I know. Right, I won't do it then. I'll put a poll up in the community chat community section later on. Right? Okay. So let me tell you. Well, before I tell you where I am, my wife and I were booked up and we're going away to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, right? That's why the topic for the night was festivals. We're going to the Fringe Festival. I've taken a wee bit of annual leave. We're shooting off on Thursday morning for the crack of dawn. We're going up to Edinburgh. We've already got a few places that we want to go and see. We're staying over there and all this kind of stuff. So, because I'm in the kind of festival mood. And that brings me to where I am tonight, right? So let me just give you a little clue by trying something. I don't know if it'll work or not, but here's a clue about where I am.
Forever I'll live, forever I'll try.
Right, that's enough of that, okay? Because you've already watched the full thing. So, can anyone guess where I am tonight? There's a wee delay, so I have to wait about 20 seconds to see anyone's guesses coming in as to where I am tonight. Hello, Willie. Bye. Dawn. Hello. Right. Nobody's guessing where I am. Right. I'll tell you where I am, and I'm going to try and do this move the screen over just now. Don't know if this will work, and when I move the screen I can't see the chat, so I'm hoping it'll work. So let just bear with me for a wee minute. Ha Green Silver, yes, I am in the car. And I'm in Scotland. No, I'm not at Woodstock. Right, let me see if I can do this without crashing the whole system. If I go to screen A, and I think I need to go like this, and oh God, it's going right there. Aha! I'm hoping you can see this. right? This is why I'm in the festival mood, right? This is Croic Multiverse, and this is where I am just now, right? There's a festival happening here in a couple of weeks' time, 2nd and 3rd of September, from 12 noon to 7 p.m. I'm just coming back to see, can someone let me know, could you see, when I flicked over there, could you see that? I'm back at the chat so I can see. Could you see that? When I went to that screenshot of Croic, could you see it? Can somebody just let me know? Because I don't want to be wasting my time here. Because I can't see the chat when I... Right, thanks Caroline, that's great. Thanks Mark. Right, so there it is there. So it's music at the Multiverse, right, on the 2nd and 3rd September, 12 noon to 7 p.m. So if you're thinking about coming a wee trip to Scotland, that's a great time to come. There's some of the bands. Scouting for Girls, I think the big hit they had was Elvis Ain't Dead, or Elvis Isn't Dead. Big Country, if you're Scottish, you'll know who Big Country is. Scary Vore are a fantastic Scottish band. They're from, I think they're from, is it Barra? Maybe one of the, they're certainly from one of the islands, maybe one of the US, I'm not sure. I think they're from the Outer Hebrides. So you've got Ultra Beat, Entrance, Shambolics. Right, so there's a lot of bands going on there. It looks fantastic. And my wife and I'm hoping to get tickets for my wife and myself to go there. Right, let me see if I can bring this back now. Right, I think we're back. Aye, Peter, there were a lot of screens in a screen, but then you should have seen the Croic screen, I think. Right, so that's where I am tonight, right? And the reason I came down here, Scary Vore, no Scary More, Scary Vore, Dave. Right, Scary Vore. The reason I came down here is I thought it'd be interesting, first of all, to send Caledonia up and fly over the Multiverse area, because you all watch it on the intro at the beginning of the live stream. And it's still frosty, because this is when I was here in February or something like that, when the frost was in the ground. So I thought it'd be interesting to go there, to fly over it just now and let you see it when it's quite sunny and nice. But also it might be quite nice to look at the area where the main stage is going to be set up, where all the bands are playing. So that's why I'm here tonight. I hope I'm not feeding back, because I see him getting into the yellow. I'll bring my mic down just a little bit. That should be a bit better. If it's too quiet, let me know someday and I'll turn it back up. Right, so I thought it might be quite interesting to send Caledonia up and have a wee look at that. Oh, here's her talking to me again. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully it'll go to plan and not go to pot. Right, so because I've got Caledonia here, I'm going to turn her on and I'm going to put it on the roof, but I don't want to crash into the internet thingy that's up there at the moment. So let me just have a wee look and see. Hope I'm not tangled up in the cables. Right, so that's Caledonia. Oh, up there. I'll turn on the controller now. I did do a quick test of this before I started the live stream, and everything seemed to be working. So I'm hoping that it'll all go to plan. What I'll do is, once the screen comes up, I'll flick over to Caledonia's screen, and then I'll come back to so I can see the chat. And if you can let me know if you could see Caledonia's screen okay, please. Right. No, Paul, it wouldn't fit. Right, let me flick over to... Oh, what am I doing? Let me flick over to Caledonia's screen, which should be... Which one is it now? I can't remember. Is it that one? Yes. Right, so that's Caledonia's screen there. Can everyone see that? I can actually still see the chat. Right, can everybody see Caledonia's screen there? Before I launch her. Let's make sure I'm in 1080p. I am. Right, Mark or somebody, just let me know. Yes, okay, Caroline, thank you. Right, what I'll do is I'll launch her now. I've got some cables and trees, so I have to be careful here. But I'll launch her. And I'm assuming you can still hear me, you can. Right, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful here. Right, there are some cables there, so I'm going to have to make sure I'm up over those. I think I am. I'm over the cables. Right, and what I'll do is, and I can actually still see the chat, so hopefully we're all good. Right, so there's... Right, Dave, you sing the song while I'm flying up there. Right, so there we go, without the frost and the snow. There's the multiverse. Now, that is an amphitheatre that they built just up there. See that part there? And I will fly up to it. That's an amphitheatre. So, just on the other side of the water there, I think that's a water feature. See that kind of, the greeny patch, it's like almost oblong shaped. That's where the stage is going to go, I believe. Not in the water, obviously, right? But it's going to go there where that water is. Where that greeny bit is. That's the amphitheatre, right, where everybody's going to be seated. Apparently it holds, how many? Oh, I can't remember how many it holds, but it holds some like 2,000 people or something like that. Can all sit round about there in the amphitheatre and watch the bands. Okay, so that's Croic Multiverse. That's where I am tonight, which I'm sure you'll all recognise from the intro. Dave, I hope you're singing the wee song. Forever I'll live, forever I'll die. I'm not going to sing it. I actually toyed with trying to set it up so that it would play, that song would play while I was flying about here tonight. But once again, you know, my technical brain wasn't working, so that's it. There you go, Dave. Dave's off with it. Forever I'll live. He's going to put all the words down. Right, cheers for that, Dave. Right, so I'm only going to fly out a little bit because I have to be careful of the signal, obviously. I've got a weak signal here. I'm now sticking the controller out of the car. So I have to be careful. But I thought, and I'm in sport mode, let me come back to normal mode, right? Or it wouldn't have actually, it would have been in normal mode because even though I'd selected sport mode, we're starting to break up a wee bit here. I've got a weak signal. So I'm going to have to watch what I'm doing. Right, so, before I go sideways, let's have a look and see, make sure. We don't have side obstacle avoidance, so before we go sideways, have a little look. There's nothing there, so I know I can go sideways. I kind of knew anyway, but I wanted to show you all these people that say, you don't have side sensors in the Mini 3 Pro, so it's absolutely rubbish compared to the Air 3. So I don't need side sensors, I can just turn the drone around and see if there's anything to the side of me. And if there's not, I'm good. Right, so there we go. So let me pan up a wee bit. And that's where we'll be, if I can get tickets, right? I've been having trouble getting tickets. But if I can get tickets, we're coming here. So if there's any of you in Scotland or in the north of England or anywhere else that fancies coming up, let me know if you're going to come to the Croic Music Festival. And if you are, I'm sure there'll be a beer tent and we can have a few beers. It was getting a wee bit laggy there only because I'm losing the signal slightly, but that's alright. I'm coming back now. I'm coming back. There you go. And that, I believe, is Sanger, that wee village down there. So I'm going to have to be careful when I bring her back down so that she doesn't hit that power line. And that there is the car park, obviously, for Croic Multiverse. But it's a wee tea room as well. You can get, you know, a cup of tea, a scone, sandwiches. You know, so if you're coming here and you've forgot your packed lunch, you can get it in there. Right, I'm going to have to keep my eye, there's that line, so I'm going to have to keep my eyes open now that I don't crash into that power line there. So I might not be talking too much. I want to keep away from the main road. Main road. Right, video mode. I'm in normal mode, and FR are you shooting in? What do you mean FR? What does FR stand for? I don't know what FR means. J, so normal mode, and I don't know what FR is. Are we individual trifles, says Dan McCullough. Right, let me just get over here. I can see her, there she's there, I'll bring her down. And we'll get her in safely. You're all thinking, no, don't hit the lines, don't hit the lines. Watch, there's a tree, there's a tree. It's alright, I can see it. But see, that's the thing as well, perspective, it can sometimes screw you up here a wee bit. Oh, your obstacle avoidance just kicked into something there. I don't know if you saw that or not. Right. Oh, there's a wee, is it a wee swift? Wee swift trying to attack her a bit. Right, let's get her in. We don't actually want to come that way, to be honest with you, because we don't want anybody paying too much attention to my car in ways that they shouldn't. You know what I mean? So we'll just bring her out this way instead. Right, let's have a look at that. Right, now you'll see how unskillful I am. Right, not skillful at all. Yeah, he's going to hit that flaming tree. Look at him, what an idiot. Right, hold on. I should have put my crosshairs on, shouldn't I? That would have helped. All you expert pilots will be going, what is he doing? What an idiot. Right, I'm just wanting to get her down there. I wonder if she'll land. I don't know if she'll land or not. Wait, we'll soon find out. Right, she seems to, I think she's landed. There we go, she's landing. There we go. Right, safe and sound. So let me switch back to my handsome Scottish face. And I'm needing a haircut, so I'll put my hat back on. Right, so there you go. Let me flick back now to, if I can remember how to do it. I only did it 10 minutes ago. Flip back to the screeny and show you again, if I can. Right, music at the Multiverse. So there were other pictures that showed you. It showed you the stage set up from a... Aye, there you go. Look at that one there. Can I enlarge that? I don't know if I can or not. There you go. So, I hope you can see this. Can you see that? Aye, I hope you can see it. What does that say? Looking wispy. Wispy. Aye, I know. I do need a haircut. I didn't have the crosshairs on, John. I should have. That would have helped. Right, so there you go. So that's just what I said. There's the kind of watery bit. So the stage is going to be in front of it. Here's the amphitheatre. So look at that. It's a lot bigger than you thought. I bet you, isn't it? You didn't realise just how big it is until you see these tiny wee ants here. They're no ants. They're people, right? They're actual people. So odds a couple of thousand, maybe even more than that. Apparently, if you pack them all in like sardines. Doesn't look very busy. That was last year, so it wasn't very busy. But I think, did we know of some COVID last year? So that's where it is, right? Let me get back to my face. See, this is if I don't have the extra screens, it can make things a wee bit trickier, right? It's simpler because I've only got the one device, but I've got lots of screens and they're not all on the one screen at the same time. And my chat's up, but it's kind of half covering the main screen. Right, okay, I've got time. I've still got time to do the other thing that I wanted to do. But let me have a wee look at your chat. I won't go too far back, otherwise I'll never catch up. I'm always playing catch up there. Right, Caroline, if I'm old, if there's no proper seats, I think the way that's designed, it's a grass amphitheatre. I'm old as well, right? I'll be taking one of the foldy up seats, two actually, one for me and one for the wee and my wife. we'll be taking the foldy doing things, or she's a lot younger than me, so she'll probably want to be dancing and all that kind of stuff. She quite likes just blankets and things on the grass, so she might just decide, I'll be taking a chair for me, but she might just decide to have the blankets. But we'll be doing a bit of the dance, and she'll be dancing all day non-stop. I'll be dancing every now and again. Right, well, if Dave's getting well away. He's getting right into the song there. Well done, Dave. Right, Bavarian Sky Pixels, I don't think I said hello to you, so hello to you. Right. Jay, yeah, I've actually been working on it. Because I thought, if I'm going to be opening up, doing that kind of thing, doing an hour of songs, I'll probably open it up with that one. So I've been working on it. Shouldn't have told you, could have kept it secret. I'm still Jay, I'm still not satisfied with loading the FCC mod onto that RC Pro. The one guy that does it that I've found, and I think it's the same guy that we were going. I went halfway through the procedure and I was like, no, I'm getting asked to jump through too many hoops here. It wasn't on my computer, because you can't do it on a Mac, you can only do it on a PC. So I was at my friend's house and I was having to download things onto his PC, and then I wasn't happy with it. So for the moment, I probably won't. I don't know if it'll be sold out there, Michael. It didn't look too busy last year, and it's got a massive capacity. So I think it'll be okay for tickets. I just don't know exactly what night I want to go. I want to make sure. I want to see Scaryville. I also want to see Big Country. If they're on 2 different nights, I'll be buying tickets for both. But I'm hoping that they're both going to be. Then again, I think they're the headline act. Scouting for Girls are a big act too, so I don't know what nights things are on yet. It's probably on the site that I haven't had a good look at it. Right. Okay, frame rate, 30 frames per second. I could have gone to 60, I suppose, but 30. Because my OBS studio that I broadcast with is set up for 30 frames per second and 1080p, that was what I selected for the controller, so it wouldn't be, it would be as clear and smooth as possible. So there we go. Yes, I am sitting in my car. I have to sit in my car if I'm out on location. I can't humph about, all the MacBook and all the connections. I have to be in a car when I'm doing it. At least I'm not in the studio. At least I am out somewhere. Pardon me, did you hear that? I haven't had my tea yet. Right, okay, Jay, I'll take you up on that. Maybe when I get back for the Edinburgh Fringe, can set up a live chat thingy, a Zoom call or a Facebook Messenger call or something like that. You can. Well, you can't talk me through it. I don't have a PC, so can't do it unless you know a way to do it with the Mac. Right, okay, that's me caught up with the chat. I've got 20 minutes left, so let me do this thing. This might be a bit boring for some of you, but I want to do it, and it's my show, so I'm going to do it. Right, so I've talked about the call-in, I've talked about the voicemail, I've talked about the Crawwick Festival. 2nd and 3rd of September, Big Country, Scouting for Girls and Scaryville are the main acts. There's lots of other acts too. I've talked about Edinburgh Fringe, so I've got nothing left. Right, thanks very much, Paul. Yes, everybody hit the thumbs up if you haven't. I don't know how, I can probably quickly check how many I've got. If I have a look at this, I've got, let's say 0 there, and I'm not going to attempt to refresh it. Right, I'm not refreshing it in case everything goes TU. But if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, could you hit it now, please? I appreciate that. I don't want to sound like a YouTuber asking for subs and likes, but whatever. Right, where was I? Aye, if you are a member of the channel, you may already have seen this. I posted a video earlier today just to the members section. I'm not releasing it to the main channel until the weekend, because I'm going away. I wouldn't be able to go out and make any more videos, so I've made this one so that I can have it released at the weekend while I'm away, because I wouldn't have another chance to make a video this week. It's on the members site, so if you want to see it, you can see it there or not. If you want to wait, you'll see it on Friday, unless you're in the chat just now, because I'm going to play it for you, right? For everyone that is, I don't know how many we've got in here tonight, I can't tell. I've only got 25 hits. I've got 39 people watching. Okay, so for the 39 of you, I am going to play the video that I made. Now, it's an interesting video. It was a question. Terry Neil Booth asked a question in the comment section of the video that I put out last week, where I turned the controller off mid-flight, and to let everyone see that it would return to home and land just the way that Lassie did when I made that video a couple of years ago. Well, Terry left a comment there with an interesting question. I thought it was interesting enough to make a video about, so I did. I went out and I made a video about that. I got bitten to death with midges because I was out after my work, and that's when the midges come out. They wait till I finish my work and then the midges come out. But I'm going to play it now so that you don't have to wait till Friday if you're in the chat. And if you're a member, you've already seen it. So yeah, 28 hits now. So not every, but some people who didn't give me a thumbs up have maybe left the chat. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to start. I'm going to play the first few seconds of it, and then I'm going to come back into the chat so that you can tell me you can hear it and see it. Okay, is that okay? So let me try this. So it's a screeny. I have to go to here. Oh, I have to turn my mic off as well, I think. Right, I'll turn my mic off. I'm going to come back in a few seconds, right? Do I put the desktop audio on? I think I do. Right, hold on a minute. So today's test, suggested by Terry Neil Booth. Thanks, Terry. Right, so did everyone hear? Could you see that wee bit of video? Oh, you're up there. Could you see that wee bit of video, and could you hear it? Did I get all the buttons right there? I've got a thumbs up for Moonshine PZ, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means yes. Right, Caroline's saying something. Can't see. How would the drone detect the difference between signal loss, hill in the way, and power loss controller? It can't. Right, Darren, thank you. Thanks for letting me know, Darren. I will. Yeah, excellent. Right, okay, I'll repeat that process and I'll play the video. Right, so I'm going to go screeny. I am screeny. I'm going to mute my mic and then play the video. So today's test, suggested by Terry Neil Booth, thanks Terry, is to set the return to home mode, not to return to home, but instead to descend and to hover. And then disconnect the drone, that's all the strobes on there, and then disconnect Caledonia and see what will happen. Will she return to home, which will override the descend or the hover, or will she in fact hover? Right, we'll put the return to home altitude to, we'll just go for 20 metres this time because it's there's nothing in the way. So instead of return to home, which is at the moment on a signal loss, I'm going to ask it just to hover. And it says the aircraft behaviour when signal lost will be changed after switching. Right, don't know what that means, but at the moment she's set to hover. So I'm going to send her out up that way. Not too far, maybe 20 or 30 metres, I think. That'll be plenty. Right, so I'll just send her out, let's say, right, so she's at, let's put her to up to 10 metres. Right, 10 metres, and she's out at 50 metres. So hopefully you should still be able to see on the camera. I think you will be able to, with a bit of luck. And I'll turn her round to face me. So there she's looking right at me. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the controller again, having set the advanced settings to hover. So will that be overridden? Terry, here's the answer to your question. So she's doing nothing at the moment except hovering. But we'll give it 10 seconds or so to kick in and see if she does anything. There we go, Terry. So it looks like in this instance she will in fact hover, which is the last thing that we set the controller to. So I'm going to turn the controller back on. And what I'll do is I'll bring her back in, then I'll send her, I'll change the advanced setting to descend. So let me bring her back in first, once we've established a connection again. And we have. Right, so I'm going to bring her back. That's just to synchronise things up there. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that advanced safety setting to descend. I'm going to send her back out. Now I'm not going to let her descend. If she starts to descend, well, I wouldn't be able to cancel it actually, because she'll be turned off. Right, if she starts to descend, it's going to be safe enough there, I think. I'm just going to take a wee run up and check where she actually is. Right, she's safe enough to descend right there. So just check again that she is set to descend. She is set to descend. It's a safe enough area, so if she does start to descend, I'll just let her descend all the way. Turn off the controller. She's getting some interest from some... there you go, she is starting to descend, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I can turn the controller back on, hopefully regain control just before she hits the ground. I don't think I'm going to manage. She is going to go all the way down. There you go. I don't know if you heard her rotors hitting the grass there, but let's go and retrieve her. There we go. How was that, Caledonia? Were you okay with that?
It was okay, but it was a bit feared I'll landing on a sheep.
You don't have to be scared of anything. Right, so there we go. So the answer to your question, Terry, and a good question it was, if you lose connection, whatever you have set in the advanced safety settings is what the drone's going to do. Return to home, hover, or descend. That makes it extremely important before you start your flight to check what you have in the advanced safety settings, because if you remember in a video that I posted a while ago where I had to go in an odyssey to find Lassie, although I originally had return to home set, for some reason it switched over to hover, and that meant when I did lose connection, I had to walk out and find her, because she hovered until the battery ran out and then descended. So, fantastic question. I hope that test answered everyone satisfactorily. If you've got any more questions that you want to ask about anything or anything you'd like tested, I really enjoy coming out into the Scottish countryside and doing tests like this. I'm just going to turn the camera around here because that's quite a nice wee background there. And I'll let you have a look at that. Doesn't look any different. suppose it does a wee bit, right? So if there's any tests that you'd like me to carry out, anything that you're wondering about, what would happen if? What does the drone do if? What happens with the controller if? Then stick a comment and let me know what it is that you want to know, and I'll be more than happy to come out and do that test for you.
Miles and miles on the clear blue skies, we drive straight as a narrow flies. Nowhere to be, no dreams to chase tonight. We've got time to waste, let's waste it right.
Right, turn the mic back on, get the face back on. Aye, Caroline, I like that. I was watching the comments there. The land of DJI. Nice one. And thanks for the super chat, Caroline in Swanland. Oh, I can't scroll there. Caroline, thanks very much for the super chat. Petrol for the car. Aye, absolutely. You know, getting out and about. I like getting out and about, but it is costing. And Swanland, thanks very much for the super chat too. Do appreciate it. Right, I think that about wraps it up there. That's 5-2. Wee bit early we're finished, but I've got a fair drive home. Well, I say a fair drive. It's actually 16 minutes. 16-minute drive home down to Crowick, down to this part of the world. So thanks for coming along tonight, everyone. Thanks if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, why did you know it, right? What's wrong with me? Why can I not get a thumbs up? And thanks to everyone who just supports me. Jay, thanks very much. That's a fantastic super chat. I really appreciate it. And there's a question too, I believe. It would be interesting to do a video on flight logs, how to retrieve them, view them and understand them. We all know we have them on our devices, but not all know how to access them. Aye, okay, that's fair enough, Jay. Yeah, I'll do that if I remember. Message me to remind me. I had cause to collect all of my flight logs because on the couple of crashes that I've had where I've had to involve DJI or cover drone or whatever, they ask for the flight logs. So I went through the process of downloading them and whatnot, so I'm familiar with that. So yeah, I'll do a video on that. If you remind me, I will do a video on that, because I suppose there are, I mean, it's not the most interesting subject, but I suppose it is important, especially if you have a crash and you're not quite sure how to do it. So yeah, I will do that. Right. Aye, more about FCC for the RC Pro. Yeah, if Jay can talk me through it and it's not too complicated for me, I'll maybe do a video on that too. Right, I'm going to wrap things up now. So I can get away up the road. I haven't had my tea. I don't know if I want to eat this late at night. I'll maybe just have a wee bit of toast or something. But thanks everyone for joining in. As I say, this might be the last Tuesday chat. I might be reverting to Sundays, but if I am, it won't be this Sunday because Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I'll be away there with my wife. But that video that you just watched will be coming out, and I think there might be another wee one in the works. I'm not sure. It depends on how much time I've got after my work before I go away to the Fringe on Thursday morning. So that's it. So thanks very much, and I'm going to shoot off 5 minutes early, but leave you with this outro. Thanks very much.